think it's fake.
Huh?
I think it's fake.
You think it's fake? You think it's fake or you know it's fake? There's two different things there. Campus 142.
Did he just give a fake ID to a cop while simultaneously acknowledging that it's fake? Brother, that is nutty, okay? That is insane. Dude, the goddamn caucasity. Holy low cortisol. Yeah, this is just weapons, by the way. This is straight up just weapons. It must be Hell Week.
Does anyone want to be forthcoming on what's going on? Anyone? Because you got to see it from my perspective. What the did I just walk into?
Yeah, this guy's a goddamn independent. Let me tell you, this cop, he ain't never been in a frat before, dude. And no, we don't call the fraternity a frat, just like we don't call the country a cunt. Hoorah!
Police and firefighters responded to the Alpha Delta Phi fraternity house after a fire alarm went off.
What you're seeing there is Hell Week. That's what it is. And it's pretty crazy because the footage from the Iowa Alpha Delta Phi hazing discovery is wild. A fire alarm went off. Police arrived and discovered pledges in the dirty basement, blindfolded and shirtless. I bookmarked it because I was like, this is the most insane thing I've seen. The two guys initially talking to the police did not help the fraternity's case.
Does anyone want to be forthcoming on what's going on?
Hey, this stops here, guys. This is a police department. This stops here. Who's in charge?
He's scared. The cop is scared.
How about we start cleaning this up? Everyone take their blindfolds off.
He's like, you're not my pledge master, sir. I can't do it.
Might want to ask our house dad. Where's he?
What the f is that voice? Yo, he came out hot like RFK Jr.
Yeah. Summit.
Working at Summit.
Summit. That's cool.
So
You obviously,
coming here?
yeah, lieutenant's coming.
Yeah, you can tell these guys get no pussy in college, bro. Obviously, they're not frat stars. They don't even know what the f going on. It's Hell Week, baby.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Definitely figured out why you wouldn't let me pass you initially.
Questionable.
Yeah.
I get it.
I would probably be calling your house dad or whoever to get him here, since ultimately
Wish I could.
he's probably in charge, right? Unless someone else is in charge.
A lot of
I
don't have his number, so
Yeah.
which Russia is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys know how the fire alarm got set off? Or is it just from?
It's manual.
Here's the deal. From what I'm being told, this is like shutting down chapter type stuff. I need to start talking now.
At least this one knows what trigger words he can use to activate the frat bros' attention, you know? Because before he says that, he's like, yeah, whatever, my dad will take care of it. My daddy will take care of it. He's your lawyer, actually. My dad is the attorney general. This is all gonna be fine.
1 o'clock.
Yeah, that's fine. I need to talk to people.
You call Summit.
Can I call Summit?
Yep.
I'm not calling Summit.
I have no contact with Summit. You're not being very helpful.
No,
Nobody in here has any way to contact the guy that's in charge of this house.
You can see them in the back moving. It just straight up looks like a scene from Weapons when they find the children in the basement.
How does nobody live here then? Just hanging out? No, you tell me. I don't know.
You go to University of Iowa?
Are they orphans? No, they're pledges, and it's Hell Week. During Hell Week, it's like the 1 week of just absolute torture. Right before the entire class, the entire pledges that are pledging the fraternity to become members of the fraternity get maximum torture. Part of it is like sleep deprivation. Part of it is shit like this, where they just have to like stand around hours on end, and they're not allowed to shower sometimes. They literally have to go through like ritualistic humiliation and torture. It's hazing. That's what it is. It's like the maximum hazing. Hazing happens throughout the entire process of pledging, which is like the entire semester. Hell Week is when they max out on the torture.
I won't tell you that.
Huh?
I don't want to tell you that.
Okay. How old are you?
21.
All right.
Well, this is my ID.
Yeah, you got an idea?
I saw a recent poll came out that 0% of fraternities haze. That's funny. Every fraternity hazes, every single one. And people probably think like, oh, state universities are worse. The worst, most humiliating versions of hazing happen in finals clubs in places like Harvard. So the absolute worst type of hazing actually takes place in like Ivy League colleges that have like insane alumni. Straight up, Harvard, Yale, like all those places, they have some of the craziest versions. Can you explain what this is? Is this a cult? A little bit. It's a fraternity. It's supposed to be a social club. They're very old. They've been around for a very, very long time. There's Greek life. There's different types of fraternities. There's like non-Greek life fraternities as well. There's black fraternities, for example. What was it, like the Alpha and Omega? There's like the Asian Pacific Islander fraternities as well. The common one that you know in movies and stuff is Greek life. And those fraternities, there is like a really rigorous hazing process where you basically pledge your allegiance to the fraternity, and it's like it's the same kind of like individualism breaking exercise that the American military engages in as well. There are varying degrees of humiliation rituals that you partake in, with the understanding that like everyone that came before you for like 100+ years has also engaged in the same rituals, and it's supposed to be like somewhat secretive. There's also a bunch of other rituals involved, like handshakes and that you learn when you actually go through the entire process. And it's like a networking opportunity. Some people do it just to party. Some people do it because their parents were in it, because there's also like legacy admissions as well. It's very gay and corny is 100% correct. It is unimaginably lame, unimaginably gay, very homoerotic, like super, super homoerotic, and very corny. The elephant walk thing is literally what I was thinking of when I said like, what is it called? Finals clubs? Like in places like Harvard and Yale and stuff, like I've heard stories of people doing elephant walks where you just like have all of the pledges, get naked, and then hold on to the penis of the person in front of them and crawl on the floor.
I think it's fake.
Huh?
I think it's fake.
You think it's fake? You think it's fake, or you know it's fake? There's two different things there. Campus 142.
Did he just give a fake ID to a cop while simultaneously acknowledging that it's fake? Brother, that is nutty, okay? That is insane. Dude, the goddamn caucasity. Holy low cortisol. Yeah, I think it's fake. The police finally get a hold of the fraternity president. God, I bet he was shook. He knew the chapter was out of luck at this point. He pretty much confessed there being hazing.
I'm going to tell you first and foremost, I'm a little frustrated, but
a little? Brother, you walked into a scene out of Abu Ghraib. The you mean a little? Dude, what the Yo, it's awesome. This is low-key, like, not even low-key, high-key, a clear-cut example of like white people and the approach that law enforcement has to this incident is so different than what it would look like if they were encountering a group of black people doing something similar. Okay? Because they're approaching it like, oh, these kids, their dads are probably, you know, the dad might be a prosecutor, you know, that kind of thing. Like, they got kitty gloves on. Props to Jose Gaia, the Alpha Delta Phi member at Iowa who stood his ground for his fraternity. What do you props to that guy? He was being base, dude. He was sheltering the frat from getting torture charges.
After 10 minutes of talking, he again proved to be uncooperative and difficult to deal with.
So you interjecting yourself into that conversation, what good does that?
They don't need to talk to the cops. I don't even.
Why are you deciding who they need to talk to, though?
I'm just saying, they're my buddies. They're my friends.
Right. The police are doing an investigation.
About what?
They're trying to figure out what's going on in that room.
What was going on in the room? What have you heard?
So they're doing an investigation.
Yep.
You don't dictate the investigation, right?
Yeah,
that's for the police. That's for us to investigate, right?
Yeah, I get
right. You understand that.
Yeah.
So why are you dictating who the police can talk to and can't talk to?
I'm just telling my buddies not to talk to them. That's it.
Okay. So you're interfering with the police officers.
I mean, okay, never mind. It is actually kind of based. Like, while they're very clearly doing some, you have every right to tell people not to talk to the cops. Okay, what do you mean? And you should not talk to the cops. RFK Jr. is correct.
I would like to have a word here.
Okay.
And if there's anything actually happening, you can call me again. But it's been a pleasure. Thanks, fellas.
So
I catch your name.
Pete exit on the TV. White people really do have a different relationship with cops. Like, honestly, it is kind of wild. Like, he is talking to them like these guys actually serve him. You know what I mean? He's like, you're a public servant. You serve me. What do you mean? All right, have a good one. Get the fuck out of my house.
So this is new time Sheriff Tyrell.
Like, they're frazzled.
122, we'll take you.
Yeah, he dismissed them. He's like, out. Like, they're vampires. He's like, I rescind my invitation. And they're like, we got to tactically get out of here ASAP, officer. He banished them from his home. It's awesome. It's crazy to watch.
What'd you say your name was?
Joseph.
All right. Joseph? All right, so unfortunately for you, at this point, you're being placed under arrest. Put your hands behind your back.
Oh,
Joseph-
never mind. Yo, I was wrong. Oh, what a
was
flip.
arrested for interference with official acts in connection with the hazing incident. Those charges would be dropped a year later.
Yo, this is a emotional roller coaster. Down to the wire, baby.
The Alpha Delta Phi fraternity was suspended through 2029 for
Yeah, they were down in the basement like the kids from Weapons. Everyone is misinterpreting this. What makes this funny is the pledges think the cops are fake and part of the hazing. That's true. Yeah, most likely. Joseph Guy really thought he was Jordan Belfort from Wolf of Wall Street when those two cops came into his house regarding the Alpha Delta Phi hazing incident. Props to him for standing his ground. So many people would have folded or said something incriminating. Yep, that's him. I already connected with him. Joseph Guy, University of Iowa student, BBA Economics and Information Systems, JG Lawn Care and Co. Oh, he's got Daddy's Lawn Care company that he's on. Yeah, those cops are GDIs, bro. The funniest part is that they took their shirts off after the pigs showed up. They probably thought that the cops were there to like haze them. A bunch of dude bros skiing in the basement. Oh, this is a very common sight. Alpha Delta Phi at Iowa put out this photo emphasizing that the brotherhood is staying strong. Joseph Guy didn't make the cut for some reason. Oh, god damn, that is white as hell, bro. God damn.